Hi peeps. Quite obviously, I've got my hand over an eye for a reason. That just had a bit of I'm post-op now. I've had a pretty long day. I had a couple of procedures done on this eye, so this is the fourth procedure done on this eye in the last 12 months. I've got pretty shit eyes. You might have noticed in some of my videos the eyes are fairly red, and so that's a lot to do with the drops I have to use constantly to keep these things under control. So I've got a couple of medical conditions I wish I didn't have. I bet you have a couple of medical conditions you'd rather not have too. I think we all do. Maybe that's just the result as we're getting older, but to be honest, I've had this eye condition for 35 years. I've had my elbow condition for my entire life. Pretty much everything that's wrong with me is congenital or it's a long-term thing. But at this point in my life, I have to get this done. And like many of you again, there are certain things that, certain procedures you've got to get done to improve your health that you can't control with your own mechanism through training or through nutrition, etc. Now, having said that, I'm doing this video quite sincerely to try and get across something. I'm not at all trying to say that I'm great by training, which is my point for this video, an hour and a half after surgery, because I know that's bordering on irresponsible. I know that. But to be honest, the gym is my therapy. So I'm quite mindful of the fact that I've just had a general anaesthetic. I've come here. I'm in a little bit of pain, but it's not too bad. And I know this place for 1 hour is going to make me feel better. I've got the time to do it. From the neck down, I feel great. I feel as strong as an ox. My body's in pretty damn good condition. I can do what I need to do. So I'm going to just do cardio. I'm going to do it at a very low impact. I'm going to have a bit of fun with it. I might do a bit of boxing bag. I thought I might try some VR stuff. That might be interesting with 1.5 eyes. And I'm just going to do an hour to pick up some calories and just feel good about it. Now, it would have been really easy, of course, and probably wise, to just go home, sit on my ass, and do nothing the rest of the night. No. I quite frankly, because there's nothing wrong with me. I've had a procedure done, that's here, that's going to heal. I'm going to do this cardio at a very low level. I can do it. So this may be an extreme example of no excuses, and that the medical advice and probably most advice would be not doing it. But again, I'm going to do very low impact. I'm simply going to be almost recovering in an environment that I find very positive. I find very therapeutic in itself. I would rather, to be honest, do something like this. It will take my mind off what I'm doing. I don't need to take the painkiller drugs that I've been given, the endo, the Nurofen, all that stuff. Fuck it, I hate those things anyway. This is going to be my painkiller therapy. And I know at the end of it, I'll have some endorphins going through the system. I'll feel better. I'll go home, I'll rest, have some good food, factor in a couple of rum and cokes, and I'll enjoy the rest of my night. But I can come here and do 1 hour. I guess my point for this video is, so can you. You better have a real fucking good excuse for not training. And not just training, but sticking to your plan. I also have to factor in that I've done very little exercise the whole day. I'm going to do an hour here, but that's nowhere near enough. So what I'm also doing with my own nutrition plan is I'll burn about half to 3/4 the number of calories I should have done this day. Therefore, I'll eat half to 3/4 the food I would normally eat to compensate for that lack of activity. The fact I've had an operation and surgery, I couldn't give a shit. Again, I'm going to do very low impact work to compensate for that. This is going to be a very, very easy session. Again, I'm in an environment which is very positive for me, very healing. So I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to be stupid. Although some might argue just being here is stupid. That's another point. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit obsessive, maybe a little bit. But again, I'm being very mindful and I'm being quite clever about this. I'm not going to be stupid. Okay, so what excuses do you use? You can't train, you can't stick to your nutrition plan, you can't stick to your habits. Why? What's your excuse? Okay, I hope it's something close to death because there really isn't any. It doesn't take much to get 1 or 2 sessions in a week, which is most of my clients only train 2 sessions a week, 2, to find 45 minutes, 1 hour, twice a week to train. And then in between that, our plans cover nutrition, habit formation, monitoring, and accountability. Now, out of the hours in the week, I'm not asking for much. It's not much of a commitment. You haven't got any excuses unless you're damn near close to death. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the only excuse you have. All right? So, interesting video I've just done. I'm sure there's going to be a few haters on this and go like, mate, you're a dickhead. I get it, but again, I'm doing this very low key and I already feel great just for being here. And don't worry, I thought twice about it, but I'm here and I feel better even for just being here. So please examine your own motivations for why you don't stick to your plan, and you've got to live with yourself. If you can live with regret, fine. So your choice. Life is about choices. Make the choices that benefit you. Okay, talk to you later.